So I mean, as I said, it's interesting. Um, you know, I think one of the questions that we also had was when you think of somebody like Charlie Wilson, Smokey Robinson, you wondered, man, don't these guys get old? They always still look Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight.
Mhm.
There's something about SWV. I mean, you know, they're all, yeah, even Teddy, and all in their 50s, but they don't look, you know, Keith Sweat's
It's that
60.
old saying, black don't crack. And
Yeah,
it doesn't, in many cases. It doesn't, you
yeah.
know,
So yeah, it
something
is
about that melanin.
yeah, it is amazing how well they look after themselves. They
Mhm.
the Sledge sister, Kathy Sledge. I mean, you start one. Doris from Doris Pearson from Five Star.
Oh yeah, she looks real good. Oh yeah, she could be a new artist. I kept looking like, wait a minute, she came out in the 80s?
Yeah,
Like she looks like she could be a new artist,
yeah.
so I think we should probably, that's why I think that we should probably, shout out some of the people that I think that are still looking great, they're living healthy, they're living their best life.
Mm.
And you mentioned Gladys Knight. I've seen Gladys Knight. She looks so beautiful. She's the one
Mm.
that I think she's like, let me see, Gladys Knight is, I want to say she's 70,
Mm.
what is she, 77 or something? I could be off, but I think she's in her mid 70s. She looks good.
Mm.
She looks good for her age, and she sounds like herself, voice in great condition. And that's
Mm.
the good thing about a lot of the past the mics and the versus battles. We've gotten a chance to see a lot of these
Yeah,
celebrities,
yeah.
and how they look today. A lot of them look really good. Any
But what
others you
about
can think of?
yeah? No, well, Smokey Robinson. I mean, you think that he was back with the
Yeah,
Temptations. Stevie Wonder. When you look at him, he looks as if like when you were
right.
age with you Michael the
Keith
same age.
Washington. I've seen Keith Washington recently. He's and Morris Day. They look good. They still have kept
Yeah.
themselves vibrant, and they're
Uh,
with the news. Shantae Moore. Shantae Moore. She's
yeah, yeah.
54. She
Wow.
keeps it snatched. She looks really nice.
Yeah.
And MC Light. I saw
Ashanti.
MC Light.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
Ashanti.
Ashanti. Yeah.
MC Light to me, it's funny. MC Light actually to me, I think she looks better now than she ever has. And it's not to say she looked bad ever. It's just she's really coming to her looks. Like she just looks gorgeous now. And
Mm,
I think she's 51, and
mm.
she looks really nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Karen
yeah.
White. Have you seen Karen White?
Is she back on IG? Because she was there for a minute and then she disappeared.
I don't know what that woman's drinking or eating, but she just looks good. I can see which one was she married to? Was it Jimmy Jam?
Terry Lewis.
Terry Lewis. Okay.
Her
Yeah,
name was Terry Lewis.
there
And she
she was
blames the fact that when she came out with her second album, she was loyal to her husband and it affected the production. She said if she had to do it over
yeah,
again, she would have stayed with LA and
Babyface.
Babyface to do the
That was her
production.
sound.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with
And
those
she turned down
relationships in the
don't
music
she turned
industry.
down Don't Be Cruel. That was her they were offered to her
That probably
first.
was a good choice. That probably was a good choice. I don't see her singing that song.
Yeah,
Could
she
you
said
could you see her singing that?
well a lot of them were sort of but not the rapping. You could you could say the start quick, you said up front and never hanging around to a true love affair that can so you could have done that part, but
I guess I could hear it, but
yeah,
no,
but she
I
said it was
prefer
just too
Bobby.
much. But now, of course, not Bobby. Bobby made it his own and stuff. Did you
It just
see
fits him.
the clip of Babyface saying that when he heard Keith Sweat's "I Wanna" Teddy, and he says that he blew them,
I did see that. Yeah.
and he was like, "What do we run away from it or run towards it?" And that influenced how he did every little step and "Don't Be Cruel" because he was like
Right.
it was a different type of sound, from what they were used to and stuff.
Hmm.
So it's yeah, so that's it's always amazing when and I've heard Terry Lewis talk about productions and Teddy and what he brought different to
Yeah.
to the game and
A lot of the
stuff.
producers, they're influenced by each other. I mean, remember when you interviewed Brian Alexander Morgan, and he was saying how he could hear his influences and other people's music, and other people's
Mm.
music influenced him. He was calling out R. Kelly and all kinds of different people for, using elements that he used in his songs. He's like, I can hear it. I know it's in there. He done played it backwards. He ain't fooling me. But yeah, I mean, but that's a real thing. A lot of producers are studying each other, and they, especially the big ones, and they're like, and that's good that Babyface was humble enough, keyword humble enough, to at least admit that and say, and to give Teddy Riley, his credit, and well deserved. I mean, I think credit Teddy, he definitely not only influenced Babyface, but I believe Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, how they were producing. I mean, a lot of their songs had a New Jack Swing-ish kind of like touch to it a little bit around that time period too. So,
Yeah. You know what? I know there's the four songs that I just saw in a poll. Boys to Men, I'll Make Love to You, TLC Creep, R. Kelly Bump and Grind, and Jodeci Cry for You. When you when you think of those four songs, which one would you consider your favorite and why?
Wait, say them again.
Boys to
Sorry.
Men, I'll Make Love to You, TLC Creep, R. Kelly Bump and Grind, and Jodeci Cry for You.
I'm gonna probably go with Cry for You.
Okay.
Even though I'm a Boys to Men fan over Jodeci, I do like that song. It's just the choice of the songs are not my favorite songs from each group. But yeah, Cry for You is my favorite in that lineup.
Okay.
So yeah, I would
I
definitely
mean,
go with
over
that.
3,000 people, about 3,000 people have been voting, and 33% more people picked Creep by TLC. And I wonder if everyone's been split, but I'm surprised people Bump and Grind, R. Kelly, that, when he did the remix,
Bump and Grind is not my favorite R. Kelly song. I love the song. It's just not my favorite. He has so many great songs, and on that album, like I remember when that album came out, I actually like "Sex Me" better than Bump and Grind. I don't know why that was the bigger hit, but I used to love that
it was
song.
the
"Sex
remix,
Me,"
that remix.
"Your Body's Calling." I
Yeah.
love that song. Those two songs to me are my favorite over Bump and Grind. I would listen to
Yeah.
those before Bump and Grind. The remix, I like the remix to Bump and Grind. So and
I
Sex
wasn't
Me.
a big fan. I didn't like I'll Make Love to You. It just boom 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 boom. Bending Knees is probably one of my all-time. It's my favorite Boys to Men track. Bending Knees. That to me was a better production, a better track than I'll Make Love to You. And then Cry for You is probably my favorite Jodeci track. Baby, I'm begging that. There's nothing like a begging song.
Yeah,
Nothing
I
like
love that
I'm
song.
sorry,
And
please come back. Give me another chance. I love
we
those
all
titles.
think back to where we were. It all depends. Like, it's so many different things that influence how you vote. Like a lot of people, you know, TLC, like again, like I said, that biopic movie. It's a lot of things that enhance and refreshes people's memories and different things like that. And then of course, Left Eye Died. So that does also enhance people's emotions a little bit more. So, I mean, like I said, song wise, I personally like Cry for You. I like Creep. I like Creep a lot. But again, that's not my favorite in that group. I have a lot more favorite songs from TLC than that. And I'll Make Love to You. I like that song. I like it a lot. It's just not my favorite Boyz II Men song. And I do like On Bended Knee better. But when I know you said you didn't like I'll Make Love to You at all, but
No.
I liked that song when it came out. Or not at all, but you just, it's not one of your favorites. I thought it was a very smooth song. I thought it was a smart, when I remember when I was young, I was thinking it was really smart to come after End of the Road with this song in the video, and it kind of set the standard for R&B male groups at that time, where everybody was singing the same with the candle lights and all that stuff like that, and the begging and the pleading and all that. So it started a whole trend of male groups after that. Everybody was doing the same thing after that. So I don't know. Those I love those polls that you do. They're so interesting to see how people vote. But again, like I said, I think that, you know, if we took ourselves back to that time period, let's just say maybe not 94, but like 95, the year of the
Yeah.
next, I don't know that we would have voted the same way. I just think that now, after all these years later, there's certain songs that have stayed with us differently,
Mm.
or, you know, bring us back to our first date or our first this or that, or, you know, a loved one passed when that song came out and you remember it. Like, it's all kinds of different emotions
Mm.
that are attached to those songs or those. So when you vote, it's a lot of different things influencing those votes. It's not always accurate as to what the bigger hit was or
Yeah.
whatever.